Can I catch 150 Pokemon in a day? Let's find out.
4:40 in the morning, I have 24 hours to complete the challenge. And for every Pokemon I don't catch, I get shot with a paintball.
I started my Pokemon journey by getting Eevee from Professor Oak, and quickly catching another 6 Pokemon, including Bellsprout, who I need to take on Brock. But I had to get through Viridian Forest first. My plan was to catch every Pokemon that I could, while avoiding the optional trainers to save time. I got through the forest, catching another 5 Pokemon, and took out Brock on my second attempt for my first badge.
I really want to get through the gyms as quick as I can, but I mean, clearly we got to make sure we're also watching our levels so we can actually take out the leaders.
I caught 5 more Pokemon in Mount Moon and picked up the Dome Fossil that come in handy later. After I took out Jesse and James, I evolved 2, caught another 4 Pokemon, and got the SS Anne ticket from Bill. Now it was time for Misty, who I took down, only losing 2 Mons.
We're on pace. It seems like we're doing about one gym leader an hour. Kind of want to pick that up because I do have to do Let's Go Pikachu as well, but I'm pretty actually happy with where we're at.
Once I was out of Cerulean, I caught another 7 Mons, evolved another 2, and learned Cut, bringing me face to face with Lieutenant Surge, whose Pokemon were 5 levels higher than my Eevee. But with smart play, I was able to take the 3rd badge.
I'm definitely having a lot of trouble with the gym leaders. I basically had to poison stall Lieutenant Surge. I think I'm actually going to keep Bellsprout just for the status and all the versatility he gives me, because he really is paying dividends.
With the 3rd badge in hand, it was time to head to Rock Tunnel, picking up Flash and another 3 Pokemon along the way. Once I was inside, Bellsprout evolved, and I caught another 7 Pokemon. Then I made my way to Celadon, where I evolved another 2. Now it was time to storm Rocket Hideout. While I was there, 2 more Pokemon evolved, and I took on the biggest challenge of the run, Archer and Giovanni.
If you don't level your Pokemon, despite this being a pretty easy game, it could actually be brutal. I had to. Archer was harder than Giovanni, but I almost lost to both of them. I had to sacrifice a bunch of Pokemon. I had to abuse items. I was getting my claw clean, so this is actually getting pretty tricky.
But I had no time to lick my wounds. So, on my way back to Mr. Fuji, I caught a new Pokemon and evolved 3. Afterwards, I helped Cubone's mom, rescued Mr. Fuji, and picked up Bulbasaur. With that out of the way, I took on Erica's gym, with Victory Bell once again being the MVP.
I am so glad that I decided to keep Victory Bell, because Victory Bell basically just won that fight. I just stalled him with items and used Wrap. So yeah, Victory Bell staying at least for a while. Honestly, this last little bit we've been a little bit behind. The goal is just to get to Surf as quickly as possible, because when you do that, that means there's a bunch of encounters we can get, and that means, you know, we're kind of cooking, right? So I'm gonna get back to it, but yeah, we're a little behind, but we're not out.
After that, it was time to catch Snorlax, and to make a difficult decision. Eevee had been my rock so far, but Snorlax was stronger, and I would need every heavy hitter I could get. So I benched Eevee. After that, I got Fly, evolved another 2, and caught another 6 Pokemon on my way to Fuchsia.
I've just gotten to Fuchsia, and man, this game, it's getting hard. The game is getting like really difficult now because I'm so underleveled. So spent a little bit extra time fighting some trainers, kind of coming down from Lavender Town, but yeah, I'm struggling.
But that was about to change, because now that I had Surf, this run was about to go into overdrive. First, I caught 4 Pokemon surfing on Route 19, including Staryu, who I immediately evolved into Starmie and added to the team. I caught a Pokemon heading to Cinnabar Island, where I restored 2 fossils. I evolved and caught another Pokemon surfing the Seafoam Islands, where I caught another 6. And after that, I picked up the other 2 starters. Now it was time to get some serious firepower. So I headed to the power plant, where I caught 8 Pokemon, including Weezing, and evolved another 3. Now it was time to pick up my ace in the hole, the Pokemon that would allow me to blow through the rest of this game? Zapdos. But I had to beat him first. So I tried my luck and got demolished. I couldn't brute force my way out of this one. I'd have to do something smarter. But I had an idea. I started with Snorlax, who yawned. Then I switched into Chansey, who took a Thunderbolt and set up a light screen, meaning the rest of the team could actually stand up to a Thunderbolt from Zapdos. Then I switched to Voltorb, and that's where the plan went out the window, as Zapdos woke up. So I sacked Voltorb, switched into Weezing, who took a Thunderbolt, then hit Zapdos with Toxic. And from there it was over. Zapdos would take out Weezing and Snorlax, but eventually died to poison. And 29 Ultra Balls later, I had my MVP, and Victory Bell joined Eevee on the bench.
The Zapdos fight was probably my most intense legendary battle since I was, 10 years old trying to get Rayquaza. Like, absolutely thrilling. Having to kind of come up with strategies on the fly because I'm so underleveled has been exhilarating. It's honestly made for one of the best Pokemon experiences I've ever had.
After that excitement, it was time to go for one of the most important encounters in the run, Dratini, which had a 4% chance of spawning in the water next to the power plant. I surfed for over 25 minutes until I found the 1% Dragonair. I kept looking for another 10 minutes until I found a second Dragonair.
I'm still a little salty that I pulled two 1% encounters before I pulled a 4% encounter, but it is what it is, right? I could keep going for Dratini, but the reality is every Pokemon I don't catch, I get shot. So I do want to keep the pace and then just save it for the end.
Afterwards, I stopped by the fighting dojo and picked up Hitmonchan. Then it was time for Koga, who didn't stand a chance against Zapdos. After that, I went back to Cycling Road, where I caught 2 Mons, evolved 5, and caught one of the most common shinies of all time. Now, if you'd like this or any of the other Mons from the video, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, letting me know which Pokemon you want. 10 random subs will get their choice of a Pokemon in this video traded to them. So, good luck. Contest rules in the description.
Still got a lot of work to do, but we've gotten the most of it done, right? The team has really, it's like I'm playing a whole different game with the changed team. I steamrolled Giovanni, I steamrolled Jesse and James, Koga, and now Sabrina. So just gonna try to keep that up, but yeah, really happy with the new team.
Afterwards, it was on to Pokemon Mansion, where I caught another 2 Mons, then took out Blaine for my 7th badge. I was a little worried about Giovanni, so I stopped by Seafoam Islands to catch Articuno, which went down much easier than Zapdos. Then I took out Giovanni.
I'm going straight into the Elite Four. I'm gonna be underleveled, but you know what? I'm gonna have 2 legendaries on the team, so I think we'll be all right.
But this is where I was wrong, because in addition to catching another 2 Pokemon in Victory Road, I also caught Moltres and added him to the team. With that, we were ready for the league. I started with Lorelei, who managed to freeze me 3 times. Massacred Bruno with Starmie and Zapdos. Agatha definitely made me work for it, but I muscled through. Lance was also taken down by Zapdos, who got 3 KOs. That just left my rival, which went down to the wire, culminating in a last turn freeze that won me the battle and made me Pokemon champion.
If I'm remembering this right, I'm 103, 104, 105, 106, something like that. There's 150 I have to catch. So we're not done by a mile. I need to get as many Pokemon caught in Eevee as quickly as possible so I can get into Pikachu and get those exclusives and do the trades and all that. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. We got a long way to go till 4:40 in the morning.
Now it was time to catch Mewtwo. Before I did, I caught another 3 Pokemon and evolved another 2. I also randomly found a hidden item that could save the run, the second fossil from Mount Moon, which honestly I had no idea you could get. This meant I didn't have to get in Let's Go Pikachu, which meant more time to catch the Mons I missed. In other words, I still had a shot. But I had to get through Mewtwo first, who wouldn't make it easy for me. I started by putting Mewtwo to sleep, then putting up a light screen, but my moves were barely damaging him, and he was tearing through my underlevel team. Eventually I realized the only shot I had was to use Mewtwo's strength against him. So I sent in Articuno and hit him with a Mirror Coat, taking him out. All that was left was to catch him with my Master Ball. But I had no time to celebrate, as I had 38 Pokemon left. So I got to work, picking up Ammonite and evolving him with another Mon, then catching another 2 on Route 12. After that, I went for Goldeen and Seaking. Goldeen came quickly enough, but the 10% Seaking took about 20 minutes to spawn twice. But while I was waiting for Seaking to spawn, I noticed a shadow overhead. So I went into the air and was face to face with Dragonite, who I promptly caught. This was huge. Dragonair was a long way from evolving, so this saved me a ton of time. This started to feel very doable. Then I caught another 4 Mons, evolved another 7, and picked up Porygon.
18 Pokemon left. I have gotten every single Pokemon I can with the exception of Dratini. The rest is trades and Let's Go Eevee. Let's Go Pikachu. I'm starting to get a little nervous, to be honest with you, but you know what? I didn't come this far to quit, so we're gonna keep going.
I hit the ground running with Let's Go Pikachu, catching Oddish out of the gates and another 2 Mons after Brock. I also got the 4 trade evolutions and sent over Nidoking and Queen to help out. With my trade of Mons, I was making good progress, making it past Misty much faster than I did earlier. After Misty, I caught, traded, and evolved Growlithe. After all, every Pokemon meant one less paintball, and I was against the clock.
I gotta level with you. I'm starting to pivot more towards minimizing the amount of paintball balls I take as opposed to getting to 150, because we had 2 hours and 40 minutes, so anything's possible, but it's not looking great right now.
But I kept going. I evolved Oddish while I was making my way through Pokemon Tower, then I booked it through Rocket Hideout, taking out Giovanni.
An hour left. I just beat Giovanni in the Rocket Hideout, and I am booking it. I'm trying to get Muck and Grimer. We'll see if I do it. This is a sprint to the finish.
There wasn't a moment to waste. I got Hitmonlee, then the Poke-Flute for Mr. Fuji, and hauled it down Cycling Road, avoiding all the trainers. Then, with Surf, I headed back to the power plant where I evolved Sandshrew and finally caught Muck and Grimer. With that, I had 4 Pokemon left with 20 minutes on the clock. Now the smart move would be to jump back into Eevee, get Vileplume and Primeape, and cut my losses. But I had been playing for over 23 hours and I was going for it all, and that included the 1% Scyther. So I took the risk, and just when I was about to give up, there he was. I was 3 away. I traded everyone over, then evolved Gloom. Then it was back to Cerulean Cave to evolve Mankey, which I did with 3 minutes to spare. With that, I jumped on Aerodactyl and flew to Route 9. I still had a chance if my luck held out. I could win. I used the lure, I crossed my fingers, and I held my breath. But the 4% Dratini never spawned. I ended the challenge with 149 Pokemon.
Now, I gotta say, I was really hoping to win this one, you know? Not a lot of people post challenge videos where they don't succeed, right? Like, I was sad how Resident Evil turned out. I wanted to kind of redeem myself, and even though I didn't get the last Dratini there, I didn't get the 150, I kind of feel like I did, you know? I left it all out on the field, and you know, sometimes you don't, luck doesn't go your way. Even though I didn't win, I'm pretty satisfied with how the day went.
All right, so I got 149 Pokemon, which means this guy with the pipe gets to shoot me once. This will be fun. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's been a while since I've hunted man for sport.
Oh Jesus! All right. better and worse than I thought it'd be. Oh. Well, thanks for watching. If you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And I'm gonna try to win next one because that f***ing sucked. Like, look at this. Is there a mark?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet?
It'll be there.
That'll start getting red tomorrow.
Oh, so anyway, thanks for watching and go f*** yourself.